over the redneck garage. Well, this last week has been kind of a hurry up and wait. It's been raining, and I didn't really have the parts in for the Toyota pickup truck, right? Randy's here!
Yeah.
Boy, he's working up a sweat. I built this wall yesterday, and I've got this TV to go up there.
Oops, something went wrong.
I know, I didn't know my password. He's drinking a Blue Moon.
Product placement.
Right, Blue Moon, Belgian White, who gives us no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not paying, they ain't playing.
Not yet.
There's the fat dog. She can barely walk, she's so fat. Yeah, look at that, she's stumbling. I'm so fat.
Look at that food trough.
My 100-pound life for dogs. So I'm waiting on this enormous amount of parts to come in. The head gasket, the timing chain, all that other stuff. But I couldn't sleep, so I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to go do some night painting. So I came out here and I started prepping one of the fenders on the inside. I thought, man, this looks kind of janky being red on the inside of the engine compartment. And now that I've got the head off and a lot of the components out of the engine bay, I thought I would shoot those inner fenders and the back firewall going down rather than just spray painting them black. I thought I'd just paint them the same color, which, you know, it's extra work, but I can't do anything else. I've shot the base coat on this one inner fender, and then I'm about to clear it out. It's about 1 in the morning. I got it done. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll touch up those spots that are white that need to be black. I was waiting on the head. I was waiting on the front timing cover, the timing chain, some other stuff. The only thing I don't have is an oil pan gasket if I have to take the oil pan off. Finally, I got all my stuff in. Now, in my storage building, I've got so many dang pieces and parts of the Toyota pickup truck, I thought, hey, you know what? I could go to Home Depot and get one of these plastic little lean-to sheds that go on the side of the house. It'll fit over in my new activities area, right? Because Milwaukee-wise, I've got a Milwaukee weed eater, I've got a Milwaukee blower, I've got a Milwaukee chainsaw, and a Milwaukee hedge clipper. And I thought all that crap could go in there, as well as my Milwaukee let's see, what else do I got? Milwaukee table saw and my Milwaukee miter saw. All those are battery operated. I don't use those that often. So if I could get those out of the building, all that Milwaukee stuff into another side building where we could use our lawn and garden stuff, that'd be awesome, right? Oh, yay. So I went and bought one. The concrete was so jacked up, right? I had to cut some forms and glue them down so I can pour a little bit of concrete. I'm not even going to go there. To make it level for the little building to sit. It's like 4 foot by 3 foot by 6 foot, right? Plenty of room to hold all the other junk. I cut the crap out of my finger with a sawzall. One of those, when you do it, you're like, oh, this isn't going to be good. I had cut a little notch out because of the concrete and trying to level it out, and the saw went thunk right into my finger. And I was like, oh crap. Well, because it was so ragged, you know, I was looking at it and I'm like, man, there's no way they could stitch this up, because I would have gotten stitches on this. It was deep enough, and I think the bone stopped the saw from going. And I mean, I'm holding it and blood's just running out. I was just like, oh crap. You're trying not to black out. You know what it's like. I may end up passing out here for a minute, you know, because you're going into shock. But I held it and I put pressure on it and it didn't go into shock. I felt like crap, took some water. I was okay. And then I had to doctor myself, and every time I flexed my finger, blood would just start running down my hand. So I ended up having to put this guard on it to keep my finger from flexing until that skin can kind of grow back together. Or if I get some super glue and just glue the dang thing back together. Anyway, this was not one of my better days, but let's take a look at where I'm at with the Toyota. I've got a little painting to do in the engine compartment. Then I can start putting the engine back together. I've got all the parts in today. And I'll show you my wall that while I was waiting for parts, Jennifer had another project. Actually, I thought of this. I could build a wall with the extra stones and stuff on our patio, and it turned out really super cool. I put a 55-inch TV with a mount, and I got a weatherproof cover on it. I'll give you a quick view of that. That's pretty slick. But my poor little Toyota keeps saying, "Help me, help me, help me." All the extra walkways that I finished up, I had a bunch of extra stones left over, so I thought, you know what, I can make a wall out of that, which I did, and the 55-inch TV. And then on the back side, I put hardy board, the same as on the back of the house, and we're going to paint it the same. So I think it turned out really well. I ended up putting 2 structural posts down into the concrete really deep and concreting those in just so it had something to have some structure to it, because this gazebo is really not that structural. And Jennifer got new furniture, so we have a cool hangout spot, and I was really super happy with that. It took about 2 or 3 days. That's where the activity center shed is going right here. So I took some treated lumber and made a frame for the base of it, and then that shed will sit here, and I'll be glad to be done with that. All the grass I planted is coming up really well, and my 2 mater plants back there, they're very happy. There's a little view a little bit further back of the patio. It turned out really nice, though. I was pleased with that. And that's our natural gas fire pit. So we can sit out here and watch a movie or whatever until the mosquitoes get so bad we can't stand it. I've been working on my little shed, but now it looks like it's full again. I brought my sandblaster out here and blasted it apart. I'm going to make a little space outside for it. Hopefully the humidity won't get to it, but I am powder coating a part just to play with it again and to refamiliarize myself with how it works. And that looks mighty nice. It's time to cool it off. Doing a little powder coating today. I got a bigger oven. It was like $100, which is not that bad, and I can do some pretty good sized pieces inside of it. I'm doing this fan pulley. We'll see how it comes out. All right, I pulled it out and I'm letting it cool off now. So it is glossy, that's for sure. All right, I stripped everything out of this intake and it is freaking nastified. Think I'm going to use some oven cleaner on it, wash that down, and then I'm going to sandblast it. And this will fit in the new oven, so I'm going to powder coat the intake. I think it'll look super cool. It really does make a nice difference of the inside of the engine compartment. So I'm going to try to get that back part prepped and this side so I can start putting it back together, because once it's together you can't really do much with it. I'm going to try to sand a little bit of this out and then shoot it. It's not super critical, but it will make it look a ton better when you open the hood. This weather has been some of the worst that I've had to deal with because it's rained every stinking day. I need to get this thing put back together so I can get moving on the rest of the painting. But I also wanted to go ahead and clean out this engine compartment, and with the rain it's kind of sucked. So I'm going to do my best to try to get this prepped and shot, because it's not that big a deal to get this painted on the back firewall. So I got it pretty much prepped, ready for paint. You can see that the clouds are rolling in, so it's going to rain here just in a little bit. So there's no sense in trying to paint it today. I'm so excited. Once I get that done, then I'll move over to this side, paint that. So I have to do a little minimal masking over here, and then I'll do this side, and then I'll be ready to start putting the head back on if it ever quits raining. Yeah, it's freaking raining again. Can't get crap done right now. Even though I got some pieces powder coated and they look really good, I didn't get what I wanted to accomplish today really finished because of the stinking weather. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. I've got a review on a new generator that I bought on Amazon, which is crazy for the price that it was. We're going to be putting this engine back together here, hopefully, once I get the engine compartment sprayed with a little bit of white paint so I can throw everything back together. There's some cool stuff coming up with the powder coating. The only finishes right now I have is black and I think some chrome and some silver, but I've got a bunch of different colors coming, and I'm going to be doing some really cool powder coating in there, so we'll be looking at that. And just keep watching, man. I have just been stymied by the weather and the engine on this thing. I appreciate you being a subscriber. Any questions, comments, post them below. I'm gonna go back in and have a beer, I think. Today has just been awesome. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.